We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
What's up, and welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I definitely want you to subscribe, leave a comment. If you want to know when the next video is going to drop, hit the notification bell. But y'all seen the thumbnail. What do y'all think? I know a lot of y'all have questions about Cam Reddish. A lot of people want Tom Thibodeau off fired. And we're going to get into all that in these few minutes. And one thing I want to say again, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Well, let's jump right into it. Cam Reddish. Oh, excuse me. Quentin Grimes. But actually, Quentin Grimes is the core for Cam Reddish's demise on this team. But Quentin Grimes. What can you say about this man? Well, like I said in one of my past videos, when I made a video about this kid, I said he could be the next Klay Thompson. And I still think he could be the next Klay Thompson. I know his three-point shooting has been off. He's shooting somewhere around 26%. And I know how in the hell he could be the next Klay Thompson shooting 26% from downtown. But last year, we seen a different Quentin Grimes before the injury, before he got sick. He had a high percentage from downtown, which let me believe that he can elevate his game, especially from downtown. We seen what he did in the summer league. It was offensive, but since the season started, he did come into the season missing a few games on the injured list. Flatus Posidus, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. He had some trouble with his foot, but since he came back, slowly but surely, he worked his way into the starting lineup, and that's all because of his defense. And what I'm going to talk about is a perfect example why we need him in the starting lineup. I know a lot of y'all want to see Cam Reddish in that starting lineup, but Cam Reddish has been stuttering. He's been off and on, and let's face it, he's not consistent. But Grimes, in the last two games, especially the victory over Cleveland, he was spectacular in my book. I know he didn't score that many points, but what he did without the ball is valuable to a team. And this is what I mean about a team. You can have your stars and you can have the guys that's going to be around it to make the stars look good when they're not looking good, or holding other players down to their, below their average in scoring. And that's what he did. Donovan Mitchell, he did score 23 points, but it was for 8 for 22 shooting. Not only that, he held them down for 2 for 11 from downtown. Quentin Grimes, he held them to 23 points, like I said, but I just think the more playing time this kid get, the better he's going to get. We seen it coming out of high school. We seen it in college. His first year in college, it was kind of off, but the second year he came and he got better, and we seen that in the pros. Honestly, his first year wasn't off. It was encouraging. It just was the injuries and the illness that kept him off the court. And in summer league, he was spectacular, like I said. So this kid is going to be something special in the league. And I'm still going to say he could be the next Klay Thompson, because I do think he's going to get his three-point shooting back up, his average back up, that is. I think the injury kind of slowed him down. And by the time, put it like this, my prediction, after the All-Star break, his shooting percentage is going to go up. He's going to get more comfortable. He's going to realize his position is solidified, even if he have a bad game, because he always make up for a bad game on offense with his defense. What else can I say? Like I said, he's averaging only 5 points this season, 2.8 rebounds, 1.7 assists. He's shooting 44.4 from the field, and 26% from downtown, and he's hitting his free throws at 80%. Like I said, what I like about this kid, like I said, what I like about this kid, even though the Knicks lost that game against Dallas, he showed an impressive defensive ability. He fought through screens. He was glued to the hip of Luka Doncic. And I know what I liked about Grimes when he was guarding Luka is that he used his height very well. And I know a lot of people say, I think Luka scored 30 points. Yeah, he did score 30 points in that game, but it wasn't against Grimes. When Grimes was playing against him, Grimes held him, put like this. The two games that in the last two games the New York Knicks played, the Dallas game and the Cavs game, Grimes held Mitchell and he held Luka Doncic. and he held them for both of them. This is combined shooting, 7 for 18 from the free throw line, and with them, excuse me, from the field, and that 18 points. So you could say Luka got 9 points, and you could say Donovan Mitchell got 9 points. But when he was guarding them, they only scored 9 points. I'm just breaking it down like that because I don't have an exact stat. But between them two guys and the combined scoring, they only scored 18 points together with Quentin Grimes holding them. Now, like I said, Mitchell got scored 23 points. It came from the free throw line, and it came when he wasn't being guarded by my man Quentin Grimes. All right, so let's get to the next subject on over here, which I know a lot of y'all is interested and maybe intrigued about. We know a lot of people want to know what's going to go on with Quentin Grimes. I mean, excuse me, why I keep saying I said Quentin Grimes when I'm supposed to say Cam Reddish, and now I'm supposed to say Cam Reddish, I say Quentin Grimes. Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish. I would say he's an enigma, but not really. In my opinion, Cam Reddish is on the verge of being a bust. He's on the verge of being, I was going to say Frank Ntilikina, but I'll give him a little bit more props than that. I'll say Kevin Knox. And the reason I say that, because we all know the potential that Kevin Knox had. He just never seemed to get it going. And it's kind of the opposite with Kevin Knox and Cam Reddish, because Kevin Knox wasn't hurt as much as Cam Reddish has been in his career. It's just that Kevin Knox, the coaching staff, lost faith in his play, or some didn't have faith in him to begin with, and they just didn't give the kid the opportunity. But you can't say that because he's over there in Detroit. He's playing some of his best basketball since his rookie year. I must admit that, but that was a wasted pick. A lot of people say we could have got Gilchrist on that pick. We could have got several players other than Kevin Knox with that pick. But that's the past. But we talking about Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish, you know, like I said, he started this season also injured. By the time he got him back into the rotation, he was coming off the bench. He worked his way into the starting rotation for a little while, but he got injured. He injured his right groin, and by the time he came back, Grimes had stepped in, but Grimes have been playing so well, he's not going to relinquish that spot. Not to mention, since Cam Reddish has come back from that groin injury, he has struggled. He played all but 7 minutes in the Dallas game. He didn't play at all in the Cleveland game. Tibbs, after the game, was asked about his rotation. He says it'd be a 9-man rotation. And we see McBride out there, and I'm happy because a lot of y'all who watch my videos, y'all see that I've been advocating for McBride to be on the floor. So I'm happy with that, and it do bring us better defense, especially when Grimes and McBride is on the floor at the same time. The defense is, but we have losing, and I think when Grimes get more comfortable playing and realize he gonna have the confidence of the coach for who knows how long with Tibbs. Tibbs, I'm gonna get to Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got 3 plays that I want to break down to, explain to you why I think Tibbs should change his defense. And some of y'all might say why he should be fired, but I don't think he's gonna be fired. We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. Like I said, Cam Reddish was pushed to the bench from that right groin injury. Since coming back, he has been playing well. 7 minutes in that Dallas loss. He's averaging 8 points and 1.6 rebounds, 1 assist. He's also shooting 44% from the field. He's shooting 30% from downtown, 87% from the free throws, and he's playing 21 minutes. And when you look at them stats, one would say, well, he's playing better offensively than Quentin Grimes, but he's making more mental mistakes, and he's turning the ball over, and his defense has suffered since the groin injury. I would have to think he might not be fully healed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes guys come back because they don't want to lose their spot. But in this case, he's lost his spot. All right, let's get to the last but not least, in my opinion, my book, the 3 plays that is going to kind of show you what Tibbs is doing wrong on defense. All right, this is Jason Tatum all over, right? Now watch the play of Jason Tatum. He had 2 options. He can hit Brown, but he's going to hit my man Smart in the corner. And reason I like to talk about Tom Thibodeau's defense like that, because you see the 3 men up front. R.J. Barrett. Actually, that's on a different play. We're going to get to that play. But either way, the defenders, all three in the front, they have to play and chase the guy. We're going to watch that one more time. Just one more time. So we can get a feel of it. Now watch Tatum. As Tatum bring the ball up, he has the option to hit Brown off, but he decided to go to Smart. R.J. Barrett, he can play either Brown or he can play Tatum, which he decided to play Tatum. He leaving the space off of Brown because he know if it's the double team, it's the defense. Y'all watch it, but look at the paint. The paint is packed. Let's go in here. We're gonna go to a steal. All right, on this next play, it's Brogdon bringing the ball up, and I slowed the play down so we can get a better feel of the play. Now, look at Brogdon. He still have two choices. He goes in. The paint is packed. He passes to Greg Williams. Even though he have Hauser on the side, he passes to Greg Williams. What I keep talking about is the way Tom Thibodeau run his defense. He doubled the point guard, and he tried to force him. Then he packs the paint at the same time. Now the man that's doubling the point guard have two responsibilities. He had to play the man on the wing plus the point guard while trying to push the point guard the other way. Now here's another play, and it's gonna look almost a carbon copy play, but it's not. Here's a play. Here we go right now. And this play is going to be Brogdon again, and it's going to be Greg Williams getting the ball again, but it's going to be Obi Toppin that's have to run off the screen and try to contest the shot. Right there. He has Hauser right there. He has opportunity. You see what the defense is always going to be two men open in Tom Thibodeau's defense. So I know a lot of y'all, and when you look at it, it looks like the guys are just running around with their heads cut off. But in this scheme, it's always going to be two open offensive players because Tom like to pack the paint, but he's trying to force the ball handler to another way. The ball handler can snake through, which you seen Brogdon through, but instead of going to the hole to the rim because it was well protected, three guys, which left three other guys open. He passed it off to Greg Williams, and Greg Williams hit the open three. And we know that game, Boston broke a record hitting 26 threes. And this is because of Tom Thibodeau defense. If Tom Thibodeau don't change his defense up, I know a lot of you are going to say he's going to get fired, he's out of here. But I doubt it because he have a real strong relationship with Leon Rose. These guys go way back. There's loyalty there. And much as we want to say, you know, the Knicks are only basically win two games and a couple out of fourth place. You know what I'm saying? If we can win a couple of games and some teams lose a few games, we right there. So it's not like the Knicks is like out of the playoffs, but it's just the way they look at playing defense. And I'm showed you the three plays. I'm sorry I stuttered a little bit and got a little messed up a little. But I showed you three plays why the New York Knicks suffer on three-point defense, why the New York Knicks suffer as a whole on defense because of this style of defense. Unless Tom Thibodeau changed this defense up, we're going to have the same results. The win that we got against Cleveland, was it luck or was it bad luck? Well, I'm going to say you could say both. What I should have said, was it good luck or bad luck? And I'm going to say it was both. It was good luck for the New York Knicks and bad luck for the goddamn Cleveland Cavaliers. I read a couple of tweets about the Knicks only won because Jarrett Allen was hurt, and I had to laugh because Jarrett Allen, he's an offensive threat when it comes to the live and all this, but he shouldn't make a really difference on it. If they got Donovan Mitchell, that's the point I'm trying to make. I know he would have been great on defense. He would have helped them out on defense a lot immensely, but they have Donovan Mitchell. But like I said, you seen what Quentin Grimes did to Donovan Mitchell, and this is why the Knicks didn't want to add him in that trade, that so-called trade, because you have to remember that there was a report that came out, an article actually that said Danny Ainge had no intention on trading Donovan Mitchell to the New York Knicks. And that made me wonder too, man. It makes me wonder that Donovan Mitchell knew let me say something. Donovan Mitchell had a no-clause trade. He had a no-trade clause in his contract, and he was willing to give that up. He did give it up. So he knew where he was going. And so in my opinion, that means he did not want to come to the New York Knicks. You have to think about it. And some of you are going to say, oh, he gave he waved away that no clause, that no trade clause before Danny Ainge made his move. Maybe so, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Donovan Mitchell was never coming to the New York Knicks. And I'm getting tired of all these guys making videos talking about the Knicks missed out, the Knicks passed up. The offer that the New York Knicks was making, and they did not want to add Quentin Grimes, and you see why. Because Quentin Grimes, this is his sophomore year. He have a bright future in this NBA, whether it be on the offensive end of the ball, but the defensive end, we see what we're going to get. And teams value that. Trust me. Teams value that because you win championships on defense. So I just want to say one more time, why are y'all keep talking about the New York Knicks passed up on Donovan Mitchell? In reality, the New York Knicks didn't have an opportunity to get the Donovan Mitchell. It was just another stepping stone, as we've been used so many times before. So many times before. Stop blaming Knicks management for other people's decisions. Because you got to realize, if the Knicks was able to go out and get all the players that we seen out there, we would have them. You know that the Knicks offer everything that they think they could offer to keep the team better, and don't send the team to tanking. I don't understand some of you guys, and yeah, I'm ranting. But anyway, the New York Knicks is my team. No matter win or lose, it's the team I choose. We got a couple of easy games coming up that Knicks should win. We got Atlanta Hawks coming up tomorrow night, and it looked like there's a little turmoil going over there with Nate McMillan and Trae Young. There's been a lot of cliches thrown back and forth, you know, just saying nothing going wrong, but yet they didn't play Trae in the last game. Well, anyway, with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.